This time, we will discuss about multiplying and dividing integers. Now, how do we multiply integers? In multiplying integers, we multiply the numbers as if they are whole. And then, in terms of the sign, if there is an odd number of negative integers, when you say odd, it's like there is one negative integer, or there's three negative integers, or five, and so on, then the sign of the answer is negative. So let's have an example here. We have positive 3 times negative 4. So you multiply just like a whole, 3 times 4, that is 12. And the sign, if the number of negative integers is odd, so we have here, it's just only one negative, so it's an odd, therefore the answer is negative. Okay, now if there is an even number of negative integers, the sign of the answer is positive. So all you have to do is to multiply, just like a whole, 3 times 4 is 12, and the sign is positive because the number of negative integers is even. So we have two negative numbers here, so it's positive. Now let's have more examples. We have multiply the following integers. What is the product of negative 3 and 5? So when you say product, meaning that's the answer in multiplication. And you multiply the numbers just like whole, so 3 times 5 is 15. And our sign is negative since there is only one negative integer. So it's an odd number of integer, then therefore it is negative. Next, what is negative 8 multiplied by 7? So multiply 8 times 7, it's 56. And the sign would be, since just only one negative number, therefore it's negative. We have here 10 times 3 times negative 6 equals n. So you just have to multiply one by one. 10 times 3 is 30, and 30 times 6 is 180. Now let's check the sign. What is our sign here? So you can see here, this is positive, positive. There are two positive numbers and then one negative number. So it's still an odd, one negative integer, so it's still negative. So the answer is negative 180. 4 times negative 8 times negative 2. So we multiply 4 times 8, 32. Then 32 times 4, that is 64. Now let's check what is the sign. So the sign of the 4 is positive, and then there are two negative numbers, so it has even negative numbers. Therefore, if it's even, then our answer is positive. So our answer is 64. Now this time, we are going to divide integers. So how do we divide integers? In dividing integers, we divide the numbers as if they are whole. Okay, so it's the same as multiplication. We divide as if they are whole. And if there is an odd number of negative integers, the sign of the answer is negative. So we have 24 divided by negative 4, it's negative 6. Since there's only one negative number and it's an odd number of negative integer, then the answer is negative 6. And if there is an even number of negative integers, the sign of the answer is positive. So we have here negative 32 divided negative 4, the answer is positive 8. Since there are two negative integers and it's even number of negative, therefore the answer is positive. So basically, in multiplying and dividing integers, they have the same rules. Let's have more examples. We multiply and or divide the following integers. Number 1, what is the quotient of 60 and negative 5? So when you say quotient, that's the answer in division. So we divide 60 divided by 5, you will get 12. Okay, so you just divide just like as if it's a whole. Then count the number of negative integers is only 1. Therefore, it is negative 12. So the answer is negative 12. Now, what is 600 divided by 6? So we have the answer 600 divided 6 is 100, and the sign, since only one negative integer, the answer is negative 100. Now we have here a combination of multiplication and division. We have 30 divided by 3 times negative 6. Still following the Jamdas rule, we divide first since division comes before multiplication. So we divide 30 divide 3, it's 10 times 6, that is 60. Then the sign is negative since there's only one negative integer. Next, 4 times negative 8 divided by negative 2. So we multiply first. 4 times 8, it's 32. Then times 2, it's 64. And in terms of the sign, we have two negative integers, so it's even. Then the answer is positive, 64. So again, in multiplying and in dividing integers, all you have to do is to multiply or divide the numbers. And if there is an odd number of negative integers, the sign of the answer is negative. And if there's an even number of negative integers, then the sign of the answer is positive.